Oh, Christmas tree, 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 oh, Christmas tree.
Hey, buddy, hurry up. I gotta get to the airport.
Don't touch that dial and stay out of
What? You don't like to make toys?
No.
Herbie doesn't like to make toys.
Where do you think you're going? Nobody's leaving. Nobody's walking out on this fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
I'm not crazy. It's Christmas Eve. It's the one night of the year when we all act a little nicer. We smile a little easier. We share a little more.
How would the bookkeepers like to be suddenly
Unemployed!
This is my island in the sun.
I believe you've convinced them once again, Mr. Scrooge.
Why are you smiling like that? I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite.
No, I want an official red undercover and I should do it and get ready by Lee rifle.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Then it can happen. Then the miracle can happen to you. It's not just the poor and the hungry. It's everybody who's got to have this miracle.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, we are the first generation to hear Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, and the last generation to seek out that special electronics present without the help of Cyber Monday. We witnessed the birth of Festivus and the original premiere of Hershey's Kisses handbell commercial, all while washing down the festivities with nonstop airings of the Coca-Cola Polar Bear commercials. We are the Inner Light Project, four guys who go to church together and talk about all things pop culture, all through the lens of a Christian worldview. As you likely gathered by now, we're here to kick off the Christmas season by sharing our favorite movies and TV specials we saw growing up, and later we will dive deep into the rabbit hole and explore one of humanity's deepest questions and its greatest mystery. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I'm delighted to be joined by my dear friends and brothers in Christ, or as some of our church members have already coined us, the Nerd Convention. Sitting with me is Mr. Doug Bailey.
Hello.
Next we have Pastor Derek McCarson.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
And last but not least, our resident 3D printing guru, Nathan Tolley.
Hello there.
Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm glad to be back in the sandbox after seeing Ghostbusters Afterlife, which, by the way, they delivered and then some. We'll be sure to bring you more on that at a later time. Anyway, I'm excited. We're headed into the Christmas season. I'm sure for all of us, one thing we anticipate each year around this time is dusting off those old Christmas movies and TV specials we grew up watching, or going into the throwback section of our favorite streaming platform and reminisce of simpler times. So I figured we could all share some of our favorite movies and Christmas TV specials growing up. And Derek, I'll just throw the ball to you and let's see where we go from there.
Oh, yeah. Good to be back in the saddle, and looks like this is going to be a great episode. First off, let me say that introduction, wow, that was awesome.
It's pretty amazing.
Good job, Preston. I heard Scrooged. I heard Christmas Story.
Elf?
I heard Elf. I heard Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yes.
Probably some other ones in there. That was quite a smattering of
Die Hard. Welcome to the party, pal.
Yes, absolutely. Die Hard. And even Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the old claymation
Herbie doesn't like
CBS
to make
special.
toys.
Yeah.
What?
I want to be a dentist.
Great stuff.
Why am I such a misfit?
Yeah, once those songs get in your head from that one, man, they get stuck there.
Yeah, they do.
So, top Christmas movies, specials, and so on. Well, I'll start it off then. Obviously, to me, the best and most memorable Christmas movie of all time is A Christmas Story. Little Ralphie, the leg lamp, the BB gun, the bully, Scott Farkus.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
I mean, yes, everything about that movie is so quotable, so memorable. Who could forget the scene at the end where the family turkey is devoured by the neighbor's hound dogs and they have to go to the Chinese restaurant on Christmas Day. Fa ra 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 ra.
It's not ra 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 ra.
It's la la la.
La la la.
The best is where they bring I think it's the duck, and the dad goes, "It's smiling at me."
Yes,
and then,
yes.
shoo.
Of course, we heard the quote there in the introduction, fragile.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
It's a major award. Yeah, I absolutely love that movie because
And the lamp leg.
the lamp leg, yep.
They could be a bowling alley.
You should
in there.
say it from out here.
When I saw that movie, it really wasn't until I was in college. Like I think I was like 19 or 20 when I saw that movie, and for some reason, like going through my whole growing up years, that whole movie just escaped me, or I missed it somehow on the 24-hour rerun that they did, like on TBS or TNT, whatever channel it was. I remember it being on there.
I'm sure they still do it.
But I saw it at a perfect time in my life when I got all the jokes. The first time I saw it, I was blown away. I was like, this is not a Christmas movie for kids. This is for adults. It's sharp, it's witty. Yeah. The dialogue is awesome. It's so quotable. I mean, you can go around all year long quoting that movie.
Daddy's gonna kill Ralphie.
Yeah.
That's my favorite line there. And Derek, it's cool. It's funny you said that you were in your 20s when you first saw it.
I was about 19 or 20 when I saw it.
Well, you actually just touched on something that I feel I experienced as I rewatched the movie as I got older, because I was 12 when I first saw it.
Okay.
And they showed us the movie in school. Like I want to say I was in 7th grade.
The
when
flagpole scene, isn't that great?
And we'll see what's funny is
dog dare you.
Now, when I remember first seeing it when I was 12, and most of the time thinking to myself, what in the world am I watching? And then when I got to be older, around my early 20s, rewatching it and being more aware, I was like, this is one of the best Christmas movies
It's
ever.
brilliant. Yeah, it's the dialogue is so good. The setting in it is perfect. It's like quintessential Norman Rockwell Americana, 1950s, maybe late 1940s.
Yeah, it's 40s, I believe.
So it's just perfectly shot, and I think the movie was made in the 80s. I'm not sure.
It was like 82, maybe 83.
So a period piece in that regard, but definitely a timeless classic that I always enjoy watching every year. Now, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong or not on this, but I think that's a movie that guys really enjoy. That's a Christmas movie that guys really enjoy. Like, I've watched it with my wife, and I've heard other women who've watched it just be like, that was sort of bad. Like, it just does. The comedy doesn't resonate with them. The whole BB gun thing, that's a guy thing. Every kid growing up as a boy, you want the BB gun. So I think it's more of a guy thing.
You have a family, 2 boys in the family.
Yeah.
And then they go to school with other boys. And then even the bullies in the neighborhood are a pair of boys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So.
I thought it was awesome, that movie, where it showed the dynamic of how the kids acted with the parents. And then when they got outside with their friends. Completely different.
There was kid world and adult world.
Yes.
What about you guys?
Well, I was going to mention, believe it or not, there actually is a sequel to A Christmas Story.
Why do they even?
Yeah, there is.
We don't speak of that.
I think it came out, I think it said 2012, and apparently it's supposed to take place like 5 years later or something, but why?
Yeah.
Why?
That's a movie, too, that doesn't need to be remade. Like,
No.
it's perfect as it is. Just leave it in all of its pink rabbit pajama slippers. I mean,
In
just
the
leave
Little
it.
Orphan Annie decoder ring world.
Rich chocolate, the Ovaltine.
Drink your a cruddy commercial. What did you say?
Yeah.
That's what I thought you said.
Schwartz!
All right, let's move on. We could talk all day about that movie. What else you guys like?
Yeah, go ahead, Nathan.
Preston, you want to go ahead?
Oh, well, okay. If your gears are still turning, that's cool with me. I was going to say my number one favorite Christmas movie of all time, above all else, is The Muppet Christmas Carol. I want to say I was about 5th grade, got to see it in theaters, and I just thought the music was real catchy. And just like with almost anything else they do with Muppets, it's a cool way to learn a story through puppets and just the kind of the funny way that they portray how the story of Scrooge unfolds. And Michael Caine.
I was about to say, wasn't Michael Caine in that?
Yeah. Let's be honest, he made an excellent
Timothy
Ebenezer
Frog
Scrooge.
here.
Yeah. And so Muppet Christmas Carol has always been one that I make a point to watch every year, this time of year. And
my kids enjoy that. We pulled it up a while back, I think last year, and they watched it.
Yeah.
And they really enjoyed it. And that was their first exposure to the Muppets.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could not enjoy the Muppets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just...
When I remember growing up watching like Great Muppet Caper, the Muppets Take Manhattan, all of those classic ones through the early 80s up till now. And then the Muppet movie.
Did you guys ever watch the Muppet Show, like the one that came out like in the 70s?
I did growing up.
I didn't, but I watched Fraggle Rock.
There was a show,
and they're bringing that one back.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're now bringing out a remade version of Fraggle Rock. Maybe Netflix, I can't remember which platform, but it is coming back. But anyway, so that's one. Scrooged. I love Scrooged.
Come on.
Bill Murray. I'm alive.
Yeah.
and
Again, another riff on the classic Dickens Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm.
But just Bill Murray playing as the TV executive.
Yeah.
Like an up-to-date version. Yeah.
Right.
And one of the ghosts is the cab driver. Isn't that great?
Yeah, but
awesome.
Poindexter, yeah. And that movie has some...
I haven't seen that movie in a while. I need to go back.
I was just thinking
It's
that,
been maybe 7-8 years since I've seen it. I need to go back and watch
there
it.
are some...
Bobcat Goldthwait?
Goldthwait. Yeah, Bobcat. Don't touch that dial and stay on him.
What's going on up there? Is there a party?
Or he's like, honey, we have to move to a studio apartment. I hope you don't mind. That movie has some amazing quotes all throughout in Scrooge. And of course, Bill Murray's speech at the end is just classic. Yeah, it was
that's
the SS
pretty
Minnow.
much Bill Murray at the top of his game. Like I know maybe after that he had Groundhog Day and What About Bob? I don't know. You have to check the years on that, but man, that's like prime Bill Murray right there.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. And one last one I was going to point out. I don't know if you guys ever watched. It was Will Vinton's Claymation Christmas. That's where the two claymation dinosaurs are hosting.
Never.
I cannot believe you guys have not.
I vaguely remember.
All right, Doug. It came out in 1987. That would put me in kindergarten the year it came out, and I remember every year it would come on TV at Christmas time, and you would have like the one dinosaur looked kind of an orangey Tyrannosaurus Rex in a suit.
I'm gonna have to go
wearing a suit and a tie. Oh, it's if you go on YouTube and Google it or search for it, there's the Carol of the Bells is the funniest one on there. That's where you have Quasimodo. It's supposed to be in Notre Dame, and it has Quasimodo coming out. And then the host that is doing the commentary, he says like, "I have a hunch that tonight's performance will, that tonight's performance will be unique."
I see where you went with that.
Some dad jokes. In there.
And the bells are like the actual bells are like live bells, like they have eyes and a face, and they have hammers, and they hit themselves on the bum ba ba bum bum ba.
So
they
is it
bang
like
themselves.
Jason and the Argonauts type claymation, or like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer type claymation? Or
Very
is it-
comparable.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a cross between that and Nightmare Before Christmas claymation. So it is actual claymation, and that's also the one that features.
I need to go watch it.
The
Kind of like a Mannheim steamroller type.
No,
of thing.
Okay, wait.
No.
Everybody needs to know. There's one word that's anathema in Preston's vocabulary. It's Mannheim Steamroller, which is
awesome Christmas
heresy,
music.
right? Musical
That is
heresy.
heresy.
That right is up there with
That's-
Kenny G.
That's the nice. Yeah,
there's Dante said there were 7
Man.
levels to hell.
Yep.
Well, there's probably one even lower
that
than
one's
that
8
for this.
Yeah, that one's level 8.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. No, Trans-Siberian is okay, but no, not Mannheim. But yeah,
Mannheim.
now.
Some good MIDI keyboard riffs there.
Oh, you see, it's like, and see, to me, and this is
playing in the family home, isn't it?
Well, this is what I never understood about my dad. Like he loves Mannheim
you got him
Steamroller.
started, man. You brought the spoon.
You did, and
Stir it up.
you did. Well, it, just like with Robin, it hurts more, but that was the thing. Like my dad, for example, excellent taste in music, and then we listen to Mannheim Steamroller in the car every December. And even as a kid, I'm sitting here thinking, why am I listening to late '80s news jingles in a Christmas style?
Yeah.
It's
very much like the Paul McCartney, or it was one of the Beatles who had "It's a Wonderful Christmas Time."
Yeah.
Yep. It just had the terrible,
very hollow.
Yes.
Hollow.
Computerized sound that went along, synth sound that went. It's like they just gutted the soul of Christmas out, and for the sake of $1, like, hey, we'll get one of the Beatles to write this song and make a lot of money off of it, even though it's crap.
You just described Mannheim Steamroller's playbook right there.
So, Preston, you're saying you want me to buy you that CD for Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you can take it right back and keep it to yourself and do whatever you want to.
If I can find some CDs.
If Preston is a bad boy this year, he's going to get Mannheim Steamroller in his stocking.
No, I better be a good person.
If I could get that downloaded into Preston's iTunes account, I would figure out a way to do it.
Oh, that'd be amazing if you get it downloaded as his ringtone.
Hey,
yes.
So, all right, enough picking on Preston.
Oh, no.
Y'all two
no.
slow pokes over there need to chime in and tell us what your favorite
I have
Christmas
endured
movie is.
Endless poking for years, so it's about time somebody else is taking a little brunt of this.
Okay, well, I'm going.
You're going to speak now? Go ahead.
Mine.
It's okay.
What I always grew up watching was, and my favorite's probably
90210. Well, okay.
Oh man,
Preston cut his mic off. It's Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Always a classic.
Chevy Chase.
That's the top of the totem pole.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Say it right.
Christmas Vacation.
What year did that come out? I wonder.
89.
89.
That's a good year.
Mm-hmm. And what's his name from Big Bang Theory plays Russ, the brother.
Oh,
the
really?
Boy. Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep. That's. I'll look up his name.
He's looking it up right now.
He was the boyfriend in Roseanne. Is that the same one?
I believe that is the same one. That would be. We're gonna find it here. Johnny
Ringo
Galecki. Johnny Galecki. I think that's how you say his name. But that would be the actor. He was in Big Bang Theory, but he played Russ in that particular because they changed those.
Every single movie.
He was one of the 20 Russes in the National Lampoon Vacation movies. So anyway,
they definitely exchanged the children a lot in those.
Yeah, that movie's got some definitely classic moments. Putting up the Christmas decorations on the roof.
Well,
Uncle Eddie who comes to visit in the camper.
There's an RV.
Yeah, the Christmas night scene.
If I woke up with my head sewed to the carpet, I would not be more surprised than I am right now.
And I mean, and he's emptying his sewage into the
chemical
drain.
toilet. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Man, no, that was probably one of my favorite movies growing up when Christmas. I mean, I also love Scrooge. That was up there too. I mean, I made a list. I made a list of my favorite ones.
I don't know if any of you guys ever saw the back. I want to say it came out in 89 or 90. Prancer.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's my wife's favorite movie.
Yeah, obviously that one's kind of more on the serious, dramatic.
Now
side.
that movie has a personal connection with me. So my grandfather on my mother's side, Chuck Beitner, who passed away a few years ago, unfortunately, the house where Prancer is filmed was his childhood home in Indiana.
Nice.
Years and years and years ago.
Wow.
And so that home stayed in his family for many years. Of course, he moved to Asheville, North Carolina, where we are at. But the home where that was filmed was his childhood estate.
That's cool.
How cool!
Really that is a very
so when the movie
cool.
came out, obviously there was a connection with that, and he took the whole family to go see it. So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's cool.
Well, these are basically my top 5 favorite Christmas movies. I mean, in no particular order, but I already mentioned 2, Scrooge and Christmas Vacation. but Home Alone 2. I love
What? Home
Yes.
Alone?
I love Home Alone 2.
2 in front of Home Alone 1?
Yes.
Oh,
What?
man.
Yes.
Who are you?
I don't think I've ever heard
Home
anybody
Alone 2.
say that.
Get out.
Home Alone 2.
I'm glad the weight's not on
Okay,
me
whoa.
anymore.
You can't go on with that list. Why is 2 better than 1?
I don't know. I've
Elaborate.
Always, I grew up watching 2.
I know what it
more
is.
than-
You got a soft spot in your heart for the Crazy Bird Lady.
Maybe. No,
Pigeon poop
I thought
does
it
it
was
for you. Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was cool. Like it was in New York City, and I don't know. I just like it better.
Now
than the first
scene
one.
with in the toy store, the FAO Schwartz toy store, that's pretty cool.
Well, and then the part where he's in that abandoned house,
Yeah.
and he goes through the same traps again with them.
Mhm.
I don't
the
know.
Wet Bandits.
Operation Ho Ho Ho. That's
Yeah.
That was the plan.
Dude, did you have a Talk Boy back in the day?
I did.
I did too.
I did.
So did I.
nice.
I
totally
remember.
forgot about that.
Yep, I had one too.
Oh.
And let us not forget that Home Alone 2 also features number 45, President Trump.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
He
down,
does make an appearance. They-
down the
In-
hall and
Yep.
to the
Yeah.
left.
Now, I will say there is one scene in Home Alone 2 that is amazingly hilarious every time. And it's the hotel scene where he plays the old black and white gangster film again.
Yes. I was
And
actually watching that the other day.
who plays the butler in there?
That's Tim Curry.
Yes, it's Tim Curry, and that is so brilliant. It's the same rehash of the joke,
Yeah.
the gag from the first one, but I don't know. He just adds something to it.
His facial
Merry
expressions.
Christmas, you filthy animals.
Yes.
And a Happy New Year.
Keep the change.
And did you know that that wasn't actually a real movie that he was playing?
Right.
They actually made it for
Yeah,
Home
they
Alone.
did.
Yeah,
Little
Because
deep
that
cut.
actor, that-
Angels with Dirty
What
Souls,
kind of
with
pizza
Dirty
was
Hearts,
he?
or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
well, see, because the actor that played that guy,
remember, man.
who always
Snakes. I don't know no snakes.
I don't know snakes. The actor that fires off the Tommy gun in both those quote films.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him in a few other early '90s movies. He was a Curly Sue. He was in Curly Sue. He was I can't remember if he was like a homeless guy or something. But that same old actor, and I have no idea what his name is. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, let me say this. I like Home Alone, but I like Home Alone 2 better.
So you would say that's one of the rare occasions where the sequel surpasses the original.
No.
I mean, it's not too rare of an occasion. A lot of times the sequel does pass.
Okay.
Like
Terminator 2?
Terminator 2. That's
There
so
you
funny.
go.
I was thinking about that. Ghostbusters
Is
2.
it after? Yeah.
Afterlife.
Oh, here Doug's getting triggered now.
All right, so
What's your number 3 movie,
I can,
pal?
Dude, I can respect that. Home Alone 2, it definitely takes it to a different level. But I'll always be partial to Home Alone 1.
Yeah, and
Me
like I said,
personally.
I'm not saying the first one's bad at all. I
Yeah.
like the first one. I just
Yeah. Which, by the way, the
have to
soundtrack
watch
by
both of
John Williams.
Yes.
yeah. I
And
just
he
have to
did
watch
one
both
and
of
two.
them. So.
Yeah, and he, once again, John Williams just delivers a movie just by
If
how
you
he
go and watch
composes
the
music.
Netflix How the Movies Made Us segment on Home Alone, I think they have an episode on
Yeah,
Home
they
Alone.
do.
Yes.
That movie made so much money. Like, it was a pretty low budget. Like, they didn't have a lot in the budget for that. And that movie, like, made several times over what the budget was. I mean, it was a humongous hit when it came out.
Yeah.
So it was kind of one of those movies that it was begging for a sequel just from the financial standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
How about that John Candy cameo in there?
John Candy,
Yeah.
yep.
Bunch of polka bums.
Polka-
Yeah. Polka, polka, polka.
Well, I and these are the other 2 movies I grew up watching and are kind of newer. And I know you guys are gonna have an opinion on these, but
No.
I love Santa Claus 3. Tim Allen
See, I've not even seen the third one.
Third
I've seen the
one's-
first 2.
has Martin Short in it. He plays
Are
Jack
you-
Frost,
Jack
right?
Frost.
Is
Okay.
this where you're putting the third movie above the first? Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You know,
I just like the third one. I think whatever. Man.
You just like it. You're not ranking it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not ranking. And Elf. I love Elf.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Elf.
I've only seen Elf one time.
You're an angry elf.
Elf is another one that you go back and rewatch it. It's got a lot of catchy quotes
oh yeah.
in it.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
that's prime Will Ferrell. I mean,
Yeah.
when that movie came out, he was pretty much killing it with that was right in the same vein of Anchorman and
Yep.
some of the other movies that he was in.
And I actually
I have
watched
many
the
leather-bound
movies
books.
that made us on Elf as well. It
Okay.
almost didn't get made. Just there were so many different things that were causing it not to get made, and they were trying to choose somebody else because the director didn't like Will Ferrell at the time, and then they decided to go with Will Ferrell, and they loved him. He was perfect.
Need more cowbell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's like 6 foot something,
Yeah.
and here he is
Fever.
playing an elf. I mean,
Wait, Preston does an awesome Harry Carey.
Go ahead, Preston.
if I was a scientist, you know what I would clone? Hot dogs. They'd be so abundant, they'd become our currency. 20 hot dogs would equal roughly a nickel.
The moon's
Or
made of cheese.
Oh, yeah, my favorite planet is the sun. I like it because it's like the king of planets.
So,
You know, if you stare at the sun for an hour, it'll burn your eye out.
so for those of you that don't know, that's Will Ferrell playing Harry Carey from back in the day on SNL. Go YouTube it. It's instant fun.
Those are great.
Oh, and can I say one more thing?
Oh, go for it.
No.
My favorite Christmas song. I know we haven't mentioned music too much, but my favorite
go for
Christmas
it.
song,
Mannheim Steamroller?
Be quiet, Doug.
"Rocking Around the Christmas Tree." That's my
That's a good
favorite.
one.
The original,
Yeah, the original.
Brenda Lee,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my favorite. I mean, I could play that.
which is in Home Alone.
Yes.
It is.
He takes the Michael Jordan stand-up and tapes it to the electric train. To,
But that's
make it go
from his
around.
lesser Home Alone
Yeah.
movie.
Buzz's
Anyways,
girlfriend.
That's my
Barf!
favorite. That's my favorite Christmas song.
That's a picture a boy posed for that, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. They took a boy and made him look like that. And that's the picture of Buzz's girlfriend.
Woof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I recently learned that when I was like, and I seriously said to myself, woof.
All right, Doug, go ahead.
Douglas.
Okay.
You're wrong.
I feel eyes on
Well, he's
me.
lucky I didn't censure him on the sliders here with the Mannheim Steamroller references.
Told you to
I've
cut his
I've got
cord.
Preston saying it. Okay, my all-time Christmas movie. When I was growing up, it was Miracle on 34th Street.
The old black and white one.
Yes.
1947.
Wow, Doug.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember when Truman was president.
I had a connection, George Bailey.
There you
that
go.
always stood out to me.
Well, that George Bailey, that was A Wonderful Life.
That was.
Yeah. See,
you got it wrong
Yeah.
already.
yes.
I told you you're
It was
wrong.
A Wonderful Life. The Miracle on 34th Street. I did like the remake too.
The one that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I like them both.
That had John Hammond in it from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Spared no expense.
I thought I saw some dinosaurs.
Welcome
walking in the
to
background.
Jurassic Park.
He kept on trying to give the girl dinosaurs. I don't want a dinosaur.
And we're moving on.
So
Okay.
wait. Was your favorite? I'm confused. Was it
Okay.
Miracle on 34th Street or A Wonderful Life?
It was A Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street.
Okay.
I'm working up here. Here's a turn. If you smell, there's not smell microphones or anything.
Some could make the argument, or would make the argument, that Wonderful Life isn't really a Christmas movie.
I've heard that. Yeah. I don't.
And I guess, of course, this bleeds over into the Die Hard discussion. But really, the movie, if you think about
Interesting.
it, is about George Bailey, and
His
three-quarters of the movie happens before Christmas.
Before
it
Christmas.
goes through his past and his
Now
whole
that
setup there
you-
in Bedford
But at
Falls.
the pinnacle
Yeah.
of it is Christmas.
The right.
And now
it just
that
happens to
you-
end at
yeah.
Christmas and Clarence and all of that. The
Yeah.
angel and-
I mean, I consider it a
Every
Christmas
time
movie,
a
but
bell
I've
rings,
I've heard that.
I
joke,
think you
Eric.
could make the argument that
Well, and
that
think
movie
about,
could take place, in July, and it would still.
Well, that's what I was thinking here just now, until you said that, it never occurred to me. But you take the idea of a story, you take a character, and you make the story about what the world would be like had that person not been born.
Mm-hmm.
You could do that with anything. It
Historians do
doesn't
that
have
all
to-
the time. It's called
Yep.
counterfactual.
Yeah,
What if the South would have won the Battle of Gettysburg?
right.
Historians do
Yep.
that kind of stuff all the time.
That's right.
Doug.
It's okay. Your slider's still up, Doug.
Okay. All right. Okay. Those two movies. This was back before they had Christmas Story playing 24/7 you would catch that on TV. That's more recently. Movies would have been National Lampoon's Christmas movie. That's awesome. It's always playing. But in my house, we always watch Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
The whole trilogy.
The whole trilogy every Christmas.
2 is garbage.
Excuse me.
You heard me. He's not even Santa Claus through most of the movie.
Doug, I would have defended you had you not gone after me, but whatever.
It's been a while since I've seen those movies, so I can't weigh in on the debate.
I feel like those are just they're just really good classic.
Yeah.
They're probably on Disney Plus right
This
now.
is a season of forgiveness.
Yeah, they might be, actually.
Well,
Go ahead, Doug.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm going.
Too slow.
Where are we at? Miracle on 34th Street. It's a Wonderful Life. Santa Claus movie. Scrooge is awesome. I haven't seen that in a very long time. I do want to watch it. They don't play it. It's not getting picked up.
You got to go looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lethal Weapon is a good.
Oh,
here we go. I'm kicking this off right.
I thought you were getting ready to say Gremlins. Some people say
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Man, this is going straight into part 2.
Hold on. Gremlins.
I like Gremlins too.
Is in Christmas. I mean, you even see some of the Gremlins don.
I don't
Santa
know. I
hats.
gotta push back on that one.
I'm just stirring it up.
Oh.
Okay. Gremlins, Die Hard.
How many Gremlins movies did they end up making? 2.
I know of 2. Okay.
I mean, Lethal Weapon was a good Christmas movie. Although it's based in California, but it's Christmas. What's the first scene where we're introduced to a young Mel Gibson? Where's he at?
He's
a Christmas tree farm.
Trying to buy drugs from a bunch of drug dealers.
At a Christmas tree farm.
That's the way I want my Christmas movie to start.
So he wasn't buying Christmas trees. He was doing undercover ops.
He was looking for the snow topping on the Christmas tree. So this is the era of Christmas movies I grew up with,
So what year was Lethal Weapon 2? Where are we at? Circa
2 or 1?
80s.
You said number 2 was a Christmas movie.
No, Lethal Weapon 1 is.
Lethal Weapon 1.
It takes place during Christmas.
Oh, okay. I
So
thought
it's
you
not
said
Christmas.
Lethal Weapon 2.
No. It got parlayed over into Gremlins 2.
1987.
Oh, okay. 1987.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Man,
ripe.
80s had some amazing movies.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad I was old enough to see them.
Anyways, anything else? I mean, any other movie?
You'll huggy things, whatever.
So
wearing
Doug
your
would have
cotton
been
diapers.
Doug would have been alive to remember the Star Wars Christmas
Oh, that's
special,
true.
much
That's
maligned
right.
Star Wars Christmas special.
And to my chagrin, nobody brought it up.
Well, we're bringing it up now.
Well, we don't
We're
want
bringing
to.
it now.
We
Okay.
don't. We really don't want to.
Some of us were mentally
it's
avoiding it.
Really bad.
Whoa. What is the key factor to that special? Who does it bring into the universe?
Chewbacca's family.
B. Arthur in her singing
Get out.
voice.
Throw yourself outside. Go run yourself over.
I was going to say B. Arthur in her singing voice.
It's got Boba Fett.
Harrison
Yes.
Ford.
Oh, that's right.
Harrison Ford phoning it in.
You can probably find that on YouTube.
Oh, you can. I mean, it's
Where's
bad.
the crickets?
Oh, yeah. I remember
It's-
looking it up and lasting about 5 seconds.
It's
and then,
unwatchable.
It's cringeworthy. It really is.
for lack of a better word,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Chewbacca's son was like, what was it, Spongy or something like that? It was.
Yeah. Oh,
it
yeah.
was so
Was
bad.
it? Yeah.
So bad.
That is
Yeah,
the strangest
right.
thing I'd ever
Yeah.
seen in my life.
Yeah.
Did they
Yeah.
have a cartoon section in it? Like an
Is it
anime?
worse than
I think it was the
Mannheim
Boba Fett
Steamroller
part.
music?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if that's where they pulled from to begin the Droids cartoon series. They had a
Could have
little
been,
bit
yeah.
of that
Yeah.
for a couple of seasons in the 80s.
Did that holiday special,
Yeah.
did it come out like right after New Hope?
I think it was
wanna
like
say it was
78.
78 or something.
Yeah.
So that would be right in between.
Apparently,
Yeah.
George Lucas wanted nothing to do with it. He
Clearly.
said, CBS, go ahead. Or-
Yeah.
But there was money to be made.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shameful money
Because
grab.
I think
Yeah.
he was trying to do like Right or whatever Empire Strikes Back, and so he
Right.
didn't want to do anything with it.
I wouldn't either.
Wow.
And another awesome Christmas movie, Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way.
Yes.
With Sinbad and Arnold.
Yes.
I have not seen it in so long.
Come get your complimentary.
Turbo time.
Turbo time.
I hadn't seen it in so long. I don't know if it's good or bad or
Come
not.
get your complimentary hand grenade.
It's awesome.
Also has Phil Hartman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was
The
brilliant.
glue of Saturday Night Live back then.
He has some really funny quotes in that movie.
Any others?
And Jake Lloyd, I believe, is in that. Who is
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was
Child
the
Jake
Anakin
Lloyd.
Skywalker.
I think that was probably right before episode 1.
Yeah.
Dude,
And-
the 80s is just an awesome
I
decade.
think Jingle All the Way was maybe 96,
That was the 90s.
97.
It was 96, 97, because I
around in
remember
there.
I was in high school. That was 96. That would be my freshman year in high school. And Rita Wilson, wife of Tom
Oh
Hanks.
yeah.
So
She
that
was-
movie's got a big cheese factor to it. You go back and watch it. It's so cheesy. And
that
like,
whole fight scene in the
Yeah.
warehouse with all the Santa Clauses.
Accessories sold separately, batteries
I mean,
not
he
included.
gets a reindeer drunk at the end of it.
There is a Turbo Man at the toy shop in Fletcher.
Oh
you see it?
yeah,
Did you
I
see
saw
it?
that.
Yeah.
So for those of you listening, we're based in Asheville, North Carolina, and there's a local toy shop that we like to go to called Fletcher's Fun Toys. Shout out to them.
Way to
But
drop our location.
Nathan and
now
I-
we're going to get hoarded, all our
Nathan and I
fans.
went in there the other day.
You're my subscriber?
That's the first thing he spotted when we walked in.
Turbo
he's
Man!
Like, he's like, dude, look at the Turbo Man up there on the shelf. I'm like,
And I'll point out that movie was not on his list.
yeah. So Jingle All the Way is.
Yeah.
I mean,
It even has Christmas
it's not
in the
top
title.
on my list, but it's. I'll watch it. Sinbad's pretty funny. There's a couple moments there where he's pretty, like when he goes in there with the bomb threat in the radio
Yes.
station.
And there's actually a bomb in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People are crazy.
yeah. Sinbad's pretty funny.
I think one of the best scenes in that, if I'm trying to remember it right, is
You
when
are.
he has the Turbo Man suit on. Arnold does, and he starts flying. He realizes it actually does fly.
Yeah.
It's Turbo. I can't do an Arnold, so I'm just not.
It's
gonna
Turbo time.
There we go. There
It's
we go.
turbo time.
And he flies off.
So let me throw out a couple other movies that y'all didn't mention, and I may be the only one in here who likes this. The 1984 Christmas Carol with George C. Scott
Seen that?
playing Scrooge.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I have.
Okay, as a kid, I remember watching that and being really frightened. Like there were some truly scary moments in that. But George C. Scott, who also played Patton
Yep.
in the classic military movie, but if you haven't seen that, I think it might be on Amazon Prime. I know it was last year because I watched it.
I mean, that's where they get the chains. This is such,
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
scare you with the
What did you
chains.
think of it? What is your memory of it, Preston?
I remember thinking, well, once I was more aware of accent acting, like I thought George C. Scott had a really impressive performance to be such a American actor, and then here we are in a British role. You don't hear about that much. You always hear the reverse. British actors, Benedict Cumberbatch, and I mean so on and so forth.
Andrew
British,
Lincoln.
yeah, and I mean half the cast of Band of Brothers being British actors playing American roles.
Well, most of the actors today are either British or Australian.
Yeah, and this is one of those rarities where
I'm really
you've got an American actor
You sound like it.
pulling off a British role and just absolutely killing it.
Yeah, if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. It's a trip. It's good. It's
Have-
another
yeah.
iteration on the Christmas Carol, which we've seen a million times.
I almost feel like I've seen it. I just don't. I don't.
Now,
George
in-
C.
I don't
Scott
know.
nails it,
Yeah.
man.
Now, in the 90s, Patrick Stewart also
Yeah, do you feel
did
it?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Maybe that's the one I think I've seen the
TNT
Patrick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a
It-
TV special?
It was a TNT
Yeah.
special somewhere in the mid to late 90s where Patrick Stewart
Yeah,
played
that's
the
the one I've
part
seen.
of Ebenezer
Okay, I haven't
Scrooge.
seen that one.
That's another good performance.
All right, well, let me throw one more out since we're talking about,
about The
Christmas
Grinch?
Carol. You just totally interrupted my flow.
Man.
But no, The Grinch, yeah. There have been like 3 or 4 different versions of it, right? You got the original 1966, I think, cartoon, which was always my favorite.
Dr. Seuss one.
Yep. With the Thurl Ravenscroft.
Yeah, Tony the Tiger.
Tony the
Original
Tiger.
Tony the Tiger.
Voiceover, reading the story. I mean, that's amazing. That's always going to be my jam. And then Jim Carrey's version.
Which is
Yes,
crazy.
no, yes, no, yes, yes,
It's
no.
crazy.
I'm an idiot. You're an idiot.
Yeah, that's prime Jim Carrey right there. They said that him getting in that suit took hours, like
Yeah.
the makeup and
I
the
believe
suit
it.
and all
Well, and they
that.
said the whole fur was like flammable.
Oh, really?
Holy
Didn't
cow.
And then they came out with an animated version just a few years ago.
It's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did the voice.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you may have to look this up, but I think that version, the animated that just came out, the computer generated, is the highest grossing Christmas film of all time.
Really?
You'd have to look it up, but I think it is.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but it looks good though.
Yeah.
Now, one I remember that also has not been mentioned, the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Oh, yeah.
From,
Yeah.
I want to say that came out in either the 50s or 60s, and that's the one that features Linus reciting the Christmas story.
Right. They actually read from the Gospel of Luke. Yeah.
Yep, that's what and I remember hearing stories about how that received mixed reactions initially because some people took it as Linus was trying to satirize the Christmas story when in all actuality it was a serious scene on showing what Christmas really was all about.
Yeah.
Do they play that today though?
It's probably hate speech now.
Yeah. But that's one that that I always
Preston's going to
remember
look that
growing
up. The highest grossing Christmas film of all time. And while he's doing that,
I was about to say, Derek, what did you?
the other one I was going to throw out there is probably one that maybe many people have not seen. And that is The Man Who Invented Christmas. Have you ever seen that?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
I watched. Is that a book? Like originally a book?
No, I watched it last year on Amazon Prime. It was amazing. It's actually the story of Charles Dickens, his life, and how
I did see it on Prime. Like saw it listed on Prime.
Okay, it's the story of how Charles Dickens was inspired to write A Christmas Story, and it's about his life and his family. And I don't think it had any well-known actors at all. The cast was not well-known, but the movie itself was very well done. It was awesome. I loved it. And if you haven't seen that, definitely give it a try because it should be up there on people's lists, and it just, for whatever reason, did not get a lot of praise.
All right, so we got an answer to your question there, Derek. You are correct. The 2018 Grinch has grossed $500 million. So it's like $512 million. I never would have guessed that.
It's crazy.
And Home Alone, the original Home Alone, is at number 2 at 476. And then number 3 is the 2000 Grinch movie with Jim Carrey. Home Alone 2 comes in at number 4. And then there was, in 2009, there was a computer animated Christmas Carol that
I think has Jim Carrey in it as well, doing one of the voices.
I was going to say, this was done by Robert Zemeckis.
Oh, okay.
Or directed by Robert Zemeckis. And yeah, you're right. Jim Carrey did play the part of Scrooge.
Well, he played several parts, if I remember it. He played
the
ghost too. Like he did.
Yeah.
They actually did the whole capture his face and stuff.
Yeah, because I was looking at the article here, and the face of Scrooge does kind of look like Jim Carrey's profile, so to speak. So
sweet. So why don't we hit the pause button right there, and y'all take a break. We'll take one as well. We'll come back. We'll do second part of the episode, which is diving into that great and deep philosophical subject. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
All right, folks, we are back from taking our break, and we are here now to dive deep into the rabbit hole and discuss the deep, mysterious question that is probably the greatest mystery of the universe. And it's a subject of hot debate in social media, in internet circles, and
around the water cooler.
Around the water cooler. And that question is Die Hard a Christmas movie? So Derek is going to spearhead this discussion.
Not Doug.
Bring us some, not Doug. And we're just going to explore this, and we're going to see where this discussion takes us. So
now, if I remember correctly, wasn't a whole episode of The Office devoted to this question, or at least in part, it was devoted to this?
Oh,
one of the later Office episodes where the intern and the girl that
Come
ends
on,
up
you
taking over
Office
the
guys.
desk, the front desk, they watch Die Hard during the Christmas party in the office. We'll have to go back and look up that episode. Maybe Preston's got a computer. Maybe he can.
I've got
look
a
it up
vague memory of it, but
and,
yeah,
and look
I think
it
it's
up
a
and
new,
give it
like
to
one of
us.
the newer.
It's one of the later ones.
Yeah.
So let's get some basic info on Die Hard. Maybe there's some of you out there who are listening who haven't taken the time to watch Die Hard, and if you haven't,
Who are you?
yeah, you need to put that on your list to do. So the movie was released, and this would kind of add to the Christmas debate. Listen to when it was released. July 15th, 1988. Not exactly the time when Christmas movies
Oh, that's
come
when I have
out.
my Christmas. Christmas in July.
It was directed by John McTiernan. Of course, it starred Bruce Willis. Of course, we know him from many other movies. Die Hard ended up spawning several. Are there 5 Die Hard movies now?
yes.
6 or 7. I don't know.
There's 5. There's Die Hard 2,
Die
then
Hard
With
3.
a Vengeance, and then there's Live Free or Die Hard, and then A Good Day to Die Hard.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Preston.
I just recently bought the Blu-ray with all 5 on.
There you
So-
go. And then since then, Bruce Willis has been in a ton of movies. I remember him being in Armageddon.
Yeah.
back
Well,
in the
I mean,
day.
he's one
What
of
about
those.
Moonlighting? Do y'all remember that
Oh
one?
yeah.
Well, see, and there's the connection there, Doug. From what I understand, Die Hard was Bruce Willis's breakout into the big
Action.
screen.
Right.
Well,
yes.
he became the action star after
Because
that. I mean,
according to what I saw on the Movies That Made Us documentary about Die Hard, it was almost laughable that Bruce Willis was going to be offered an action role because there was this
He was in-
slew of actors that turned down the role of John McClane.
Okay.
There's
Frank Sinatra.
y'all would be.
But you guys didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
Frank?
You're right. Frank Sinatra was
Frankie?
one. There are a ton of actors that turned down the role for John McClane.
Did not know that.
Oh yeah.
And did you also know it was a book?
Yes, which I was going to mention.
Oh, sorry.
No,
My
but you're
bad.
good. No, you're good. So, what else has Bruce Willis been in that y'all remember? He made a cameo in Ocean's 12.
Yeah, he did.
I try not to remember that one.
Oh, I love all the Oceans 10, Oceans 11, 12, and 13. I love those. But anyway,
Write this down.
what else has Bruce Willis been in, y'all? Anybody?
North, the movie North, that came out in the 90s with Elijah Wood.
oh yeah.
He was the Easter Bunny
Mm-hmm.
in the movie North. I know, it's kind of obscure.
Well, the most recent one he was in, where they did the remake of Death Wish.
Did not see that one.
It's really good.
It was good. Yeah.
So, who else is in that movie? Alan Rickman, of course, plays Hans
Oh,
Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
Alexander Godunov, that's the blonde, the guy that played Carl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was also in the movie North. He played an Amish guy.
What else was
In
Alan Rickman in?
Harry Potter,
Yeah, he was the Harry Potter movies.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves,
Yes.
The Spoon,
Yeah.
It'll Hurt More.
Tight tights.
Yeah. But Alan Rickman's been in a bunch of stuff
Ton of
throughout the
movies,
years.
yeah.
And let us not forget William Atherton,
Yep,
who's our Ghostbusters connection.
that's right.
He plays basically the same character in Die Hard and in Ghostbusters. In Ghostbusters, he's Walter Peck, the EPA guy who tries to come in and, well, he doesn't try. He does. He comes in and shuts down the containment unit.
Yep.
And then we have the Manhattan 84 ghost event. And then in this one, he plays the hard-nosed reporter trying to get the story of what's going on in the Nakatomi Plaza. And then let us not forget who also plays a significant supporting role in this movie, Reginald Vell Johnson,
The man who saved Christmas.
who also has another Ghostbusters connection.
Yes, he
Remember,
does.
he's the police officer in Ghostbusters 1 who comes to let the Ghostbusters out or bring them into the judge's or the mayor's quarters.
Well, there is a theory. It's just a theory.
Oh.
Here we go.
that
Here we go. Cut his mic off.
that Die Hard, Family Matters, and Ghostbusters is all in the same universe.
Yeah. And
that's a true story because we are in the same universe.
And the officer that Vel Johnson plays is such an important operative character that he assumes the identity of Carl Winslow in secret.
There you go.
To protect himself and his family because he's the man who freed the Ghostbusters in New York, and he's the man who saved Christmas in Los Angeles in 1988.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, the internet chat
So he
pages
may be
are
one of the
gonna
most
go
important people in
ablaze.
history.
He really could be. Now, one more actor, Derek, I was going to point out on top of that, Paul Gleason from The Breakfast Club, the counselor. Because he was that deputy chief in Die Hard.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
he
he's
was
the
in
one that
Breakfast
kept
Club.
on doubting Bruce Willis.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was the guy who was like,
but do you?
He was the one who goes, looks like we're going to need some more FBI guys.
So, Die Hard was a huge hit that year, 1988. Listen to this: the budget was $30 million, and it grossed $140 million.
Wow.
So no wonder it spawned so many sequels. And as you said, Nathan, it was the movie that catapulted Bruce Willis onto the silver screen. Now, just for kicks, Die Hard was number 7 that year in terms of highest grossing for 1988. So listen to what else came out in 1988. You may not even think of this, but the highest grossing film in 1988 was Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh, nice.
They give him the dip.
That makes sense. I love that movie.
Yeah. Which probably would never be remade.
Well, that was
doesn't
a
need
big
to be remade.
advancement
Yeah.
when the way they filmed that.
Well, no, that like even
Christopher Lloyd is awesome in that movie.
Even you're talking about it never be remade. Even at the Disney World parks or something
Yeah.
at the Who Framed Roger Rabbit area,
Yeah.
they took out Jessica
Rabbit. Yeah, she's too voluptuous.
Oh, well,
yeah, there's a scene where there's
okay.
a part where she's like posed in a trunk or whatever, and they took her out.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
gotcha.
Woke Disney for you. So what else came out that year? Number 2 highest grossing 1988, Coming to America.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Number
Love it.
3 was Good Morning Vietnam.
oh yeah,
Wow.
Good
Yeah.
morning Vietnam. Crocodile Dundee 2. Good day, mate. 3 Men and a Baby.
Leonard Nimoy directed that, by the way.
3 Men and a Baby.
Yes.
Did not know
Yeah.
that.
Did you know that, Nathan?
You didn't know that, Doug.
So Die Hard was number 7 on that list. Fun fact, number 36 on the highest grossing films that year was another Christmas classic, Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I
Hey,
knew you would
that
love
is
that,
right.
Preston. My wife absolutely loves the Ernest movies.
So do
I do too. Yeah, I do too.
Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest
Yeah.
Scared Stupid,
Ernest Goes
Saves
to
Christmas.
Jail. Ernest Rides Again.
My wife loves all of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ernest. Oh my gosh. My sister and
Ernest
I
P.
both
Worrell.
grew up watching the TV show Hey Vern. It's Ernest.
Now, here's another connection. Okay, so Jim Varney is the voice of the Slinky Dog
In Toy Story. Yep.
who also plays the role, of course, of Ernest P. Worrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's been ages since I've seen Ernest Saves Christmas. I need to go back and watch that.
It's
one
been
again.
ages since I've seen any of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I think my favorite out of those was
Yeah.
Ernest Goes to Camp.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name of the little guy who was in the movies who was kind of fat and he had there was two like little sidekicks.
Are you talking
that
about
went-
the elves in Ernest Saves Christmas?
No, I'm talking,
or-
they're in all of them.
You're talking about Chuck and Bobby.
Yeah.
Chuck and Bobby. Yeah. Because Chuck's the taller, the bigger
Yeah.
guy, and then
Yeah.
Bobby's the, because he was the one in Ernest Goes to Jail. He
Ernest Goes to Jail.
Freeze,
Oh.
punk, make your play.
Yeah.
And he only says like one, if
Yeah.
he talks at all, it's just
Yeah.
one thing, and then that's it.
I think that might be
we're
my
at him.
favorite. Ernest Goes to Jail. I think that's
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
favorite.
Well,
Well,
he goes,
hey,
I've been vandalized by Elvis.
Those movies. I can't believe we got off on this. Those movies were just silly for silly's sake.
Yeah.
Just good, clean fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Amen.
it was just. I mean, it was just pure goodness.
Yeah.
Right. Doug's over here laughing at everybody.
Well, Derek, you said it was what, number 36? You said
36. Yeah.
Hey, at least it made the top 100.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's pretty amazing though when you think
Yeah.
about it. 2 Christmas classics in one year.
Yeah. And for an Ernest movie to even get that high is actually pretty
Mm-hmm.
impressive.
All right, so inspiration. Now, Nathan, I'm going to pull on that little thread that you began with a few minutes ago about the story. So I pulled this off of an article. It was on MovieWeb, So I'm going to be quoting this. The name of the article was Die Hard is a Christmas movie, whether you like it or not, which does not necessarily reflect the views of those in the show of the Inner Light Project. But anyway, inspiration. According to the director, Die Hard was inspired by Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, and it was based on the 1979 novel Nothing Lasts Forever by Roderick Thorpe, which I have not read. Originally, the film was to take place over 3 days, but director John McTiernan envisioned Die Hard as a Shakespearean tale and decided that it would take place in one night. At the same time, McTiernan was convinced that the story of evil terrorists carrying out a violent heist was missing something. That something was heart. Thus, McTiernan and the writers decided to incorporate Christmas as a major part of the film to make Die Hard what it is today.
Emphasis on major.
Yeah. So that just gives you the background of the movie and what led to the inspiration for the story writing. And the director made a conscious decision in the writing of that to set it in Christmas. So that should tell you something about what he thinks.
So it could have been when the movie was actually came out.
Was you saying something?
Mm-hmm.
If he hadn't incorporated Christmas into it.
Mm-hmm. Different director, it probably wouldn't have happened at all, or maybe it would not have happened at Christmas time. But anyway.
Doug, get out.
So here's how we're going to do this debate, gentlemen. All right. Gloves off.
Let's go.
So
they've been off.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? First, we're going to start with the negative. No, it is not a Christmas movie. Even if this is not your position, take the devil's advocate and weigh in on the debate. Why is it not a Christmas movie? Preston, go.
It's rated R. Let's see. Let's see. It's in California, so it's warmer weather.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm grasping at straws here. Okay. How is it not a Christmas movie? Well, of course, there's a lot of violence in it.
That's the R rating.
Right. Yeah.
The F-bomb gets dropped.
Right. So we have all that warrants the R rating. There's a lot of violence in it, but to be upfront about it, that has to do with the good and evil fight. You know, we're trying to fight off terrorism. And these are terrorists that are well-trained, highly armed. They are really packing heat. So to fight them off, you got to fight just as hard. So that's certainly not really a Christmas concept, I would say. I would also say one of the reasons you could make the argument that it is not a Christmas movie would be that, like, for example, I don't know if it's because it's a Japanese company that's part of the
Nakatomi.
You know, yeah, the Nakatomi Corporation, and if we're talking about like different cultures, because different cultures celebrate different holidays, but you had all the decorations and stuff in there. Those are kind of just off the top of my head, some of my takes on that.
What about you other guys? What do you think? No, it's not a Christmas movie, even if you don't agree.
I don't think it's a Christmas movie. And the main reason I don't think...
Oh,
you're wrong.
Off. Wow, okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, go.
I should have started with you.
The main reason I don't think it's a Christmas movie because it doesn't focus on Christmas. Christmas is the background of the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it takes place during Christmas does not make it a Christmas movie.
That was actually one of the very thoughts that I was going to put out there in this position. But you go ahead, elaborate.
Well, that's the main reason.
Well, then let's pull on that a little bit. And Doug, you can weigh in since you don't agree with Nathan. This will be good. So, just because a movie is set at Christmas doesn't make it a Christmas movie. My take on this position is, for those who hold that, you could say, look, you could take Die Hard and you could put it in any other time of year. You could put it in Independence Day. You could put it at Halloween. You could put it on a random Tuesday, whatever.
Hanukkah.
The basic story is still there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a great action movie that just happens to take place at Christmas time, and sort of has that cultural connection. Everybody, with the exception of Scrooge, loves Christmas, and so maybe that was part of the selling point to it, or the connection to try and get people to go see the movie. Some would say that the holiday really has no bearing at all on the story.
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
And
Doug, come on in.
Well, can I just read something real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let him finish his half a
it's
thought.
Yeah,
actually,
because I'm enjoying watching Doug's blood
I
pressure
know
go
he's
up.
he's like freaking
This
out.
is delightful.
I feel like it belongs in the same category. I've got just a small list of other movies that
Spit it out.
Okay.
Like Gremlins?
Okay. Iron Man 3 took place during Christmas.
It did.
That's
but
true.
It was not a Christmas movie.
Right.
L.A. Confidential.
Been a long time since I've seen that one.
You're right.
Of course, Die Hard, Gremlins, Edward Scissorhands, Batman.
Oh yeah, Edward Scissorhands.
See, that's attributed to Halloween
Yeah.
for a lot of obvious reasons.
But there is Christmas. There is
is.
Yeah, you're
There's a little bit
right.
of Christmas in there.
Absolutely.
Batman Returns.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Trading Places.
Ghostbusters 2.
Rocky 4. Lethal Weapon. And all the Harry Potter movies. For some, there is moments in each movie that they have, because it's during school, so they have like a little Christmas scene in each movie, and then they continue the story on.
And Ghostbusters 2 has a little Christmas
Yes.
scene in there.
And for some reason, I can't remember what channel it is, but always plays Harry Potter movies during Christmas. It's like they have a marathon.
Maybe that's
every single
because
year.
when the Harry Potter movies were released during the calendar year, they were always released in December.
Could have been, yeah.
Because I know that's what they did with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And what Disney did with Star Wars, the sequel trilogies, they always release them around Christmas.
Yeah.
But anyway, so okay, all right, those are all valid points, I guess you could say, for why it isn't a Christmas movie. When you think of classical, traditional Christmas movies, you think Home Alone, you think Miracle on 34th Street, you think Elf, because from beginning to end, it's all about Christmas. Whereas most people who argue against Die Hard being a Christmas movie would say, look, it's a great action movie that just happens to take place on Christmas Eve. But realistically, you could tell that same story on any other day and it would still work.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting at.
Okay, well, let me also say this. Who watches Die Hard during Christmas?
Right here.
Get out.
I do.
Get out. Get out.
I watched it last Christmas.
I do not watch it during Christmas.
I watched it last night in preparation.
Well, that's okay.
For this.
Get out. Get out.
Okay.
I did not see that coming.
So we've all heard, and I hopefully if you're listening to this and you are a Die Hard no, maybe I hope that we articulated your position well, and that we didn't present some kind of straw man. So we're going to move on from that no, and now let's go to the other side of the coin and let's debate. Okay, yes, it is a Christmas movie. And
Doug, you're alone.
Y'all can chime in. Of course, Nathan, you don't agree with it, and you can give the devil's advocate. But Doug, we haven't heard from you.
Yeah, I'm eager to hear this.
Yes,
you still
Die
like
Hard
Doug?
is a Christmas movie. Go.
Okay. This same formula you were just speaking of, you could take what is it makes Home Alone a Christmas movie? It's a family that goes on vacation and forgets a child. That could happen any time of the year. But it's true. They went on vacation. It was cheaper to go during the holidays. Correct? Right? You're with me on that?
I'm not with you at all.
So, but you're saying Home Alone is absolutely a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Why?
Because it
happens during Christmas.
It happens during Christmas,
That's
but also
wild. You would say that
it has Christmas decorations. It's right around
really,
Christmas.
really. Oh man, let's just pull this back to Die Hard.
Preston, you were talking about
What?
you were
Here's the
grasping
thing.
straws.
Here's the thing.
What Doug is saying is going to tie into.
Go ahead, Doug.
Okay,
Go
well,
ahead.
here's the thing:
Here,
if you take Home Alone and you take it out of the Christmas context, doesn't the movie lose a lot of its charm and a lot of its meaning? Like,
Yeah,
No.
this is its message.
because
I mean,
Kevin wants his family for
Christmas.
No,
wrong,
wrong.
Doug, wrong.
What is the biggest part of the Home Alone series?
Christmas.
What he does.
The pranks at the end to the Wet
What
Bandits.
he does to the Wet Bandits. That's the tie-in. That can be done any time of year.
I know
But
as a
I'm
kid,
just-
you
I'm
were
just
really
really
losing.
losing.
I'm
So
just
you can
playing
slip
devil's
on.
advocate.
So you can slip on ice.
We're
in
talking
the
about
middle of
Die Hard
July, and
It could have been canola oil in the summer.
I I know as a 9-year-old, the reason I
hey.
watched Home Alone was to get to the end to see
I
all the.
think,
Oh, and so
I
you're
think
saying
it is a Christmas movie.
So you're saying
I'm just
in,
devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Right.
So in the middle of April, I can disguise myself as a shepherd in a nativity scene if the wet bandits are chasing. I'm just a valid question.
Absolutely. I mean, you could disguise yourself as about anything and hide
Okay.
any time of year.
All right. So
Okay.
yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Let's keep going with
Okay.
that.
Oh, we went off on a little sidebar, but I'm trying to draw it into my point for his explanations that Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. He's like saying the same thing as Home Alone isn't a Christmas movie. Okay. What is the very first?
So confused.
Are you confused? That's
Yes,
very
I'm-
easy for you. Okay.
Let's have it, Doug. Let's have it.
Go ahead, Doug.
Die Hard. What is he trying to do?
Save Christmas?
How does it start? How does it start? What is he trying to do?
He's trying to reconcile with his estranged
to
family.
get with his family
For
the
Christmas.
whole point. And where's he meeting her at? Hello, crickets. No, really nobody. People just watched it. Nobody knows.
Nakatomi Plaza.
At Nakatomi Plaza for a
Christmas party.
Woo! Okay. So when they're riding in a limo, what kind of music were they playing?
Run DMC. Christmas in Hollis, baby.
Okay.
Merry Christmas and Happy
More
New
Christmas
Year.
things. Were there lights hanging everywhere? Yes.
No.
Were there trees everywhere? Yes. Did he show up with a present? Yes.
So let me just point out one thing here.
Okay, go. Oh, yeah.
The
Mess up my flow.
the desire to reconcile with the family, to be with the ones you love. That's
During the holidays.
Okay, that's a huge message in Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
To come home, to be with the ones you love, which is also the same thing in Home Alone, just from a different angle, right? You have an estranged kid, whereas in Die Hard, it's an estranged husband. So, but it's the same trope that we see a lot of times in Christmas movies.
So
Derek, I feel like you're helping his case.
I'm just pointing it out.
I don't need help, sir.
Yes, you do.
I think one of the very first shots in the movie is him holding a giant teddy bear with a bow on it.
With
For-
a
for-
red Christmas bow.
For
on
Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Whoa, another little tie-in. Wow. Okay, and they, there's Christmas decorations all over Nakatomi Plaza. They're having a Christmas party. And people, it just so happens that a terrorist group come in because
They know security's going to be down on Christmas
security's down
Eve.
on the holidays.
It just happens to be a terrorist group attacking.
Hence the action part of the movie. So
Well-
yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. How many other points do you need? Just because there's
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
ho ho ho.
I just need at least one valid one.
So let's run the numbers. Let's
Yeah,
do that.
Preston's done the analytics over
Yeah.
here.
Yes, let's hear
So,
it, Preston.
All right, so
Bring it home, baby.
when every now and then, because I've got to acknowledge my wife on this, who, by the way, I meant to add to our list previously before the break of Haley wanted me to acknowledge also Hallmark Christmas movies that she enjoys watching, and I sit with her and watch them with her. So
Are you tied up when you're watching them?
No, I'm not. I'm not tied up, Nathan. My gosh. Okay. So anyway, no, I've got my dog on my
now
lap.
who's got the spin?
So whenever my wife brings up something that she needs my help, like with thinking through the process, if she brings up a situation that may be going on at work or a situation with a friend, and she's got an idea of how to get through the process of it, but she needs my input. A lot of the time, I'll start my phrasing by saying, "Let's do the math." So that's what we're going to do here.
Do the math.
We've got some math. So I was looking on the YouTube channel Fandom Entertainment, and there was an analytic done on Die Hard. And by the way, there's comparisons to be made with both Home Alone and the 1947 Miracle on 34th Street. Now, in the video, in the analysis, it says that there are 5 criteria to qualify as a Christmas movie, according to this channel.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Christmas trees.
Check.
Number 2, Christmas decorations.
Check.
Number 3, Christmas carols.
Check.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Number 4, uses of the word Christmas.
Check.
And number 5, other Christmas references, which we're going to get to here. So here is how Die Hard lines up with the numbers. So number 1, we have 11 unique Christmas trees and 19 total Christmas tree shots.
Somebody
all
actually
together
went through and counted
in
all
Die
of that
Hard.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay, now here we go. So point number 2 with Christmas decor. We have 15 unique Christmas decorations or visual references. We have 7 Christmas carols. Now, 12 if you count Ode to Joy, but that is technically not a Christmas carol. So even I would say we can rule that
But
out.
joy is one of the things on the Advent calendar.
Precisely. And I think that's why they had Ode to Joy in Die Hard, because as I was watching it, I was like, why do we have a theme from Beethoven's Ninth that's not Christmas in there? And then joy. So
they never play the
that
first
makes
movement,
sense.
which is my favorite anyway.
It's beautiful. And then, number 4, there are 13 uses of the word Christmas in Die Hard. And then for point number 5, there are 4 other Christmas references. Now, here is how Home Alone and Miracle on 34th Street stand up to those numbers. So in Home Alone, we have 7 unique Christmas trees. Die Hard has 11. Now, point number 2. Now, this is one where Home Alone beats Die Hard. 29 unique Christmas decorations or visual references. Now, this is where it ties with Die Hard. 7 Christmas carols in Home Alone. We have, this is where Die Hard beats Home Alone. 7 uses of the word Christmas as opposed to 13 in Die Hard. And then Home Alone has 10 other Christmas references as opposed to the 4 in Die Hard. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Miracle on 34th Street. 1 unique Christmas tree as opposed to the 11 in Die Hard and the 19 Christmas tree shots on top. 3 unique Christmas decorations or visual references as opposed to the 15 in Die Hard. 4 Christmas carols as opposed to the 7 in Die Hard, not including the 12 Ode to Joy references. And 8 uses in Miracle on 34th Street, 8 uses of the word Christmas as opposed to 13 in Die Hard. And then 4 other Christmas references, which ties with Die Hard.
So
go ahead and unplug your mic, and you can.
when you put it like that,
yeah,
it definitely throws the whole debate in a different light. Very interesting.
Yeah. Numbers don't lie, folks.
Now here's something else. Every Christmas movie ends with a happy ending. There's always a Christmas miracle to come. Die Hard actually has the Christmas miracle at the end. It snows in Los Angeles.
In LA.
Yeah.
Which, according to, I looked this up, the last time that it snowed in LA was 1962.
Just so you guys know, Nathan thought he had this argument locked down, and we were all going to be wrong.
I don't care. You are wrong. I still don't think it's a Christmas movie.
Well, let's wrap it up with some final thoughts then, if you guys are done.
Are we?
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I ran the numbers. I'm good.
Okay. Hey, and no matter what side of the debate you end up on, we still love you. Final thoughts. Die Hard 2 picked right up where the last movie left off. And when does it take place? Christmas. Did you ever think about that? Die Hard 2 also happens on Christmas Eve.
Yes, it does.
Nathan's really trying to.
In fact, I think Preston has a clip or 2 he may want to play.
Let's see here. Let's see. I've got. I don't know if I have one from. Oh yeah, here it is.
So ask Santa Claus to give you another car. Merry Christmas, pal.
That's from Die Hard 2, the very beginning.
That's right.
You know what you didn't play was Hans, Booby.
Oh, here it is.
I'm your white knight.
Hans, Booby, I'm your white knight.
Now that's the man who ruined Christmas.
Yeah.
Before Sergeant Powell saved it.
So, the thought on that is, if Die Hard 1 wasn't a Christmas movie, then why does Die Hard 2 pick up right where it leaves off and starts again on Christmas Eve?
Mhm.
Just a thought. So the screenwriter Stephen D'Souza and the director John McTiernan have both come out publicly and said that Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie. That's the screenwriter and the director. Now, last thing. In 2018, Comedy Central did a roast of Bruce Willis, and he weighed in on the Die Hard debate. He made his opinion clear. He said, quote, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. And then he said, it is a blank blank Bruce Willis movie.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So there's even division among the cast and their original director and screenwriter. So if you haven't got to the bottom of this, then no surprise there. But I hope that you enjoyed listening to the special holiday edition of the Innerlight Project. And we do pray that you and yours have a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And that you check out some of these awesome Christmas movies that we mentioned. We look forward to seeing you in 2022 coming up very soon, where we will be looking into all things pop culture, geek, and fandom. So have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.